So if I were to ask you guys today, what signifies a genius? Many of you would give me abilities or traits like a speed reader, or being able to solve a Rubik's Cube in less than a minute. Some might even say solving a chess match or winning a chess match in 4 moves. And while those are great, a lot of the times I get the common theme of test scores, test scores. And those are important because as students, we're evaluated on those test scores all throughout our life, what career we get, what college we go to. And those are very important to us. Clifford Edelman did a study called the Standardized Test Scores of College Graduates. And he found that if you analyze the LSAT, GMAT, GRE Verbal, and GRE Quantitative test scores of 30 different undergraduate majors, philosophy comes out on top. Now, it may seem like a fluke